Hello everybody, how are you? My name's Iris Smith and I'm the owner of a small business called Flower Patch, where I make beautiful artificial flower arrangements for all occasions. Well, I hope you all had a wonderful weekend, guys, and I hope you all wrapped up well if it was really cold where you are, whether it be raining, snowing, whichever, windy, as long as you wrapped up warm if you was going out. I was quite busy at the weekend. I had a big, nearly 7-foot garland to do, and other things as well, all in pinks, grey, silvers and whites. I've still got it here. It's going to be delivered today, along with a tree topper. So I may show it you at the end if I'm not, if I don't forget. So, well, today we're going to do a swag for a customer's front door, and they've been in and they have picked a few things. I've got some new mountain pine in stock, and as soon as the lady saw it, she loved it. But she chose a ribbon. Now, I did say if I don't think it looks nice, I may alter it slightly. But she was fine with that. The ribbon that she chose was obviously the beautiful one, what says joy on it. That's got berries and I think maybe, I don't know if it's eucalyptus or something, but in gold it's got the word joy. So she did pick that one. I did say to her, you know, out of my professional opinion, I'm not sure whether it goes, but she did pick the dark red one with the gold leaves on, with the gold glittered edging, which she is having reds, greens and golds. So I've put them together. I'm not so sure. But she also picked the thin one, and I did tell her that there's no wire in that, and I could just dangle a few tail ends with it. So she was happy with that. I mean, those two are all right together. I'm just concerned about this one. I can't make my mind up whether to get a red glittered one. And with it going outside, I don't really want to get a velvet one. Not for this occasion anyway. Well, saying that, I've got a velvet poinsettia. So, but I will treat it with weather protection. So let me just get a glittered ribbon out. I think this may look better. But now the small one does look odd. Oh my giddy aunt, oh my giddy aunt, guys. I need a gold in there. I don't like that with it. So let's get, I'm going to use this one. Mind you, I've got another one left over from it. I could use the end of that roll. I've got that. I think that would look better. Yeah, they would look better. So, see, I do this and mix it around just so. I think they look better like that. But I have got a little bit left on that roll, but I have got a full roll here. So we'll see, but I'm really not sure about this one. So, but the lady did say you know, do what you think's better. So we are going to make up the bow. Let me place those there. I haven't even got any cable ties out, guys. Oh, I am slacking today. Mind you, I've just been to get a few things from the grocers with my son. I dragged him with me. It's his day off. Right, I have 2 gold baubles or Christmas ornaments and 4 red ones, 2 matte and 2 glitter. It's not what I've got left. I've just placed them in here so they stop rolling off the table, basically. So we've got those. Got my cat here, and he is a pain. Now she picked these poppy heads. She does like those. She says this, you know, they're so nice, and I don't know, you know, what else to say. It's just that she says they're so nice. So I mean, must admit I do like these as well. So I've just got 2 stems out just in case we may need a few more, if I can see. Now she likes the rubber textured pine needles. She likes how they move, and I told her the exact same thing. That's the reason I like them, because they move in the wind. So we're going to see, place some of those in as well. I showed them the conifer and told her I love the conifer. I think I made mind up with this, because I did say to her it looks exceptional. It's got little bits on the top, plastic bits, where it's because I've just got these out of new bags, because I've had some more delivered over the weekend. But I did say to her they look fantastic in Christmas arrangements. Again, I've shown her some of the ones I've done, and she totally agreed. So she says she'd like some of these in as well. Now this is what I've just purchased, the pine needles. I've also purchased garlands as well with the mountain pine. And guys, these are longer than the garland, and you're going to love them. You're going to love them. I think I got a 12 stems just to start with. Are you ready? Look at those. I spotted them and I knew immediately. Now I will say this, guys, they wasn't cheap. There was, for one stem, £5 so they are quite expensive. So, but aren't they glorious? So they've only got 3 mountain pine leaves on them, but I was thinking of placing them in the swag. One at the bottom, one at the top, and cable tying them on and letting them just float out of the side. So they are fabulous. My cat keeps trying to, he's looking at them. Now, the lady didn't ask for this. I'm going to put the odd bits. These are the last few oddments of this one before I start the new stems. I'm just going to pop these in, the tree pine as well. So just to add, just like the other tree pine, but this is slightly more, and plus it's UV protected and weather protected. So I'm going to just add a few of these in. They are a bit like harder than what the other ones are, as they are rubber. Now, I can't make my mind up which berries. The lady couldn't, she didn't know. She says, I'm not bothered, white or red. She says, she didn't want gold berries. She just wanted white or red berries. So I can't make, when I placed the white against it, it did look nice. So, I say berries, rose hips, guys. There's a couple of berry stems in here. I don't know why. They should be down here, there. But these are rose hips. I did know them. So I've got rose hips and white berries. So we'll see with those. The lady asked for these Baileys, but she said she didn't really want a lot of it in. she does like glitter, but not over the top. So I've got 2 items that are glittered. So I'm going to cut these up into little pieces. So I've just got 4 out because I can get 2 pieces out of 1. So we're going to use the bay leaves as well. And in the glitter, I haven't got these out, guys. The cypress leaves. So I've left these in the bag. So they may go around the side. But I will spray these with hairspray after I've treated them with my floral protector and spray them so they get, you know, the weather protector, so they get protected from all weathers. And then I will spray these with hairspray just to stop the glitter keep dropping off and getting everywhere. So we've got those as well. I've got to bring everything up here because the cat won't move. She did want some gold hydrangeas as soon as she spotted them, and I gave her an option with these or some deep red or maybe some green ones or even white. She preferred the gold. So I've got 8 out just to, you know, in case I want to put 3 at the top, 4 down the side and 1 at the bottom of the swag. What's that? And then we've got, the lady likes the laurel in the gold as well, and she loves this gold fern. So these are, you know, a new pack of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 you get here. That's a weird number, but yes, she does like these, so we may use those as well. I'm deciding on placing because the lady said either these or pine cones. So, but I think these would look better. So I'm going to place in some lotus heads as well. And finally, she only wants 1 big flower for the centerpiece. And these are beautiful, guys. And I've only just got these as well. But these, I haven't even had a chance to use them for myself. But these are beautiful. Look at those. Now, are they not divine or are they not divine? And they are the colours of what she is asking. Green, red and gold. Now, these are big because my hand's behind it and I've got big hands for a lady and they are bigger than my hands. So they are actually, once they are spread out from from one tip to another, 13.5 inches. Now that is big. That is really, really big. But are they not divine? They look like they've got zips, what you zip up your trousers with. But they are really effective. I've got some more of these down here, but they are beautiful. So that is what we're going to do today. So I'm going to move everything back, and I tend to place everything back in colour coordination. I don't know, that's just, is that a health issue? Is it OCD? I don't know, but I can't help myself. I'll place the whites on the end because that's the only whites I've got, and the brown lotus heads, then the reds, and then our poppy heads, and then our greenery. Come on, mister, can you move? Be a good boy. So again, I'm going to bring down the camera so we can do the bow and the swag that I've got. What's on my easel? I have added a piece of, I'll place it this way, flocked garland down the center. Not a lot, because these are going to take up a lot of the, hide a lot. So I'm going to place one like that at the top, and then I'm going to place one the opposite way round. Let me just get these off so I can show you. So we're going to have one like that. I think I'm going to cable tie these on because they are quite heavy. And then another one like that at the bottom. Somewhere like along those lines. I will place it in properly. So then these, I mean, they are wired so you can move them out or something. But I'm going to do it like that. Aren't they lovely? I've always been trying to get the bigger ones. And now I know I'm going to get lots of them in. Because at the end of the day, pine is an all year round tree. My neighbour's got a pine tree, and the needles on it are there all year round. So the swag that I've got, so to there, 32 inches. I have to count the squares. I have to count the squares. So it's 32 inches long. So she is having quite a long swag. But I thought I'd just add a little bit of flocked pine needles in, and I did attach them around the back. If you can see, one there, a cable tie to hold those in as well. So I'll place that back on while we do our bow, and I'll keep the swag on the workbench just while we attach with the cable ties our big pine needles and our floral. So one moment. So let's get it down. I'll come a little bit further for this occasion. Well, let me just move this big bucket of poinsettias. I've just shoved all the different colours of poinsettias in. I haven't got any spare room to place them individually. Let's just do that. It keeps going up, look. If I do that, I'm pushing it down now. Let's just see if it goes. That should be okay. Well, guys, at the weekend, I finally put up my Christmas tree. I placed on my tree topper at the Christmas tree just to fluff it up, because it is artificial, of course. Took me 2.5 hours just to fluff it up. And then, because it's full, so to place all the Christmas ornaments and the bows on it and everything, and the tree topper, that was another 1.5 hours. And then I went, the wreath was already done. Then I hung that up. Then I came into my workshop and I made a gift box as well to sit on a table next to me in the living room, just to finish it off. And then obviously I've got my garland. Right. So let's start. I'm going to place, you see, I always like the thinner one to go to the front. I don't think it'd make any difference. Yeah, I'm going to do it like that. I prefer the thinner one at the front. So because this is going to be quite big with the flower, you know, the poinsettia, and then there's big pine needles, mountain pine. I've got to do a bow that's going to be noticed. So I'm going to dovetail the ends. And all I've done is fold it in half for you new beginners. And then where the folded side is, where there's no opening, I place my scissors there and then cut at a diagonal position to the bottom corner. Then you open it up and you have your dovetail. Right, so I'm gonna want this, I'm gonna do it about 14-inch to start, or do I do it 16? I'll do it 16. It may get cut down, guys, but I'd rather do it to the point where it's too long and not too short. Oh, I'm sticking to it. So twist before you do any loops. So I think, let's see, do we do 7 or 8-inch loops? Let's look at the 8. We may have to go 8 on this red. I will go slightly shorter on the green. And the 8 are quite big. I don't do 8-inch a lot. Twist again till your glitter is upside down. Measure where you want it. So that's 6, 7, 8. Just pull it a little, it's not quite on 8. There we go. Do I do 4? Yeah, I'm gonna do 4. Then twist again. And I'm gonna measure it with this one now. Straighten that up and twist one more time. Measure it with the one underneath it. Let's see how long I'm going to do it. I'll do this one a bit smaller. I'll do it at 12-inch. I'm going to take that up there. And then I'm going to fold this over, because if I do keep it like that, then it's already dovetailed. I like them quite deep. Oh, that's got a little kink in it. Let me do that again, because I'm very funny. I could actually. It's better. So I'm going to bring that one there. So now I'm going to open these up where I'd like them to sit. And I'm going to place them in the letter X. So the one on the bottom goes opposite the one on the bottom. So if you place the bottom one there, then the other bottom one should go opposite. And then the two top ones opposite each other as well. If that makes sense. So then you've got your letter X. Let me just fold that on. Like so. Then we'll get the green. And now you see, I usually like to keep the letters in. I'm going to cut that bit off. And I'm not going to dovetail this as you know, as deep, because I want to keep the word joy in, like so. So I'm going to bring that one. Let's just measure it with the other one. Bring it up slightly. Yeah. And twist. So your pattern is upside down. And with this one, I'm going to go to 7-inch. So twist again, so your pattern is upside down. And then just fold it over so your pattern then becomes on top. Because that is what it does if you twist it. So I'm trying to measure up, the 6 on the mat. Now, do I do 2 of these or do I do 3? Or 4 maybe? No, I'm gonna do I may do 2. So if I'm going to do 2, I'm going to elongate it, guys. I'm going to put it to 8-inch. So I'm just going to pull that one and then bring this one in line. And then I don't twist at the end because I don't want the ribbon to be upside down. So that. So now I've only done 2. I'm going to keep those in the center like that. Then I'll move on to our gold one. I think I should have enough. Now this has got 2 sides to it. You've got more of a metallic-y gold side, or you've got that. That's the correct side. That is, you know, underneath. But I must admit, you can't really see any stitching or anything. So I think you could have it either way if you feel you want a bit more, oh gosh, a bit more glam. I can't get that. Now this is going to go where the red is. So back to where the red is. So that's there. Twist, and I'm going to do these at 7. Let's just measure. That's there. And twist again. I thought I would run out then, guys. Measure it with the one underneath. And then bring that one. Oh, look at that. Perfect. And we'll cut a dovetail this one as well. And then for the centre, I'm going to add in red. So I'm just going to cut off a little bit of red, and that's all I'm going to do is like that. There's no specific measurement, it's just how big you want the centerpiece. And then fold it in half so you've got that effect. Pinch just together. Place it through your dowels. And that is your centerpiece, which will then, so I'm just going to get this sitting straight, which will then cover your mechanics. So we'll get then our cable tie. I'm just going to place it here. Look for where it is this side. And before I tighten it, I'm going to rearrange the loops. So we've got our full red ones, glittered red ones as the letter X. Our green are in the center, and then our third row goes above the red. So that's the top. So the top one comes down here. Like that. And I'm going to cut a little bit of that off once I've got our cable tie tight. So I'm going to now place in a floral wire through the cable tie, and I'm going to, and I'm just before I pull to the tightest, I'm going to move my tail ends into position as well, which I do like them. I mean, I don't always place them underneath, but I do like to see them underneath. So just bring them down. Some of them, with them being on the top, you can't get all the way under, but don't worry, you can manipulate. So that, and then pull your cable tie like so. Hi, Hern. Got you some fig rolls, 3 packs.
Ooh, that's tonight sorted.
So now I've done that, I'm going to get the centerpiece and cut it slightly shorter, because I don't want to see that little piece hanging, but not too short that it's going to slip out. And then just open that up in the center. The red and the green ribbon is very strong and sturdy. So now this is the time to fluff up. Oh, that's a bow, a loop. Red, green. Now, where's the red there? So then you just then now fluff up your loops. And don't be afraid to just tug at them if they're not quite going into the position that you'd like so. just lift it up. And then I'm going to grab our floral wire, and then I'm going to twist the bow just a couple of times. Not the wire, I'm twisting the bow. So we'll place that back up, and just get your fingers and just, well, with it being quite hot, you know, long loop, get your whole hand in and just stretch them open like so to give them that more of a round feel instead of going flat. Just grab where that is, and that is your big ribbon for your swag. Sorry if it's leaning over. It's where I've got my hands at the back. Again, I may cut that down if need be. So I'll place that to one side a moment. I'll get rid of the ribbon. So it's not in our way. We don't need that, that's hardly got anything on it. I'll save the spool. Save these guys, because you can, if you've got any spare ribbon and you've ordered some and it doesn't come on a reel, then at least you've got some spare ones. Move that one as well. So we'll just get rid of glitter. I'm just going to get bacterial wipe just to pick up that glitter. So don't want any glitter that's not needed going on the customer's order. The cat's watching me. Oh, I've my mum's treated me to a new glue pan, guys. I can't believe it. I think I've asked her for a smaller one though. I don't want as big as, well, I'm saying smaller. It's hard to tell. Right, what I'm going to do, I want to attach the bow, the pine, mountain pine, and our poinsettia. So I want to attach all of those before I place it. My husband's bought me a drinking, and so I've got two. And the big mountain pine that the cat's sitting on. Well, not sitting on, sitting at the side of it. I won't allow him to sit on it. So the bow, look how big that is. That's going right at the top, guys. That's where the lady would like it. But first of all, I'm going to need to place these in before I place those. The stems are quite long, so I will cut them down. I don't want them, even though they will give a bit of support. Well, then, yeah, they do give support down the spine of your swag as well. So I may keep them on. So let's get the pine needles on first. So what I'm wanting to do, because it's got 3, bring one off to that side, one here, and keep one at the top. And I want to do exactly the same at the bottom. I could pull these off if I wish, and I want to do it like that. I quite like that. I might do that for myself. Yeah, I'm going to have to cut a bit of the stem. How long is it going down here? Yeah, and that one. Let's make sure we don't cut. There we go. So I've got my black cable ties out because I don't want it white to be seen. So what I'm going to do first, I'm going to just separate these where I can get, and I will fluff it back up, but I'm just separating this swag so I can see the main spine at the back, and then I know where I would like to place, and it makes it easier to see where the main spine is. That one goes there. So we're going to do it like that. So let's position, and the main, I've just flattened the centerpiece. Again, we will fluff it up. I've got to be careful that it doesn't keep catching on the glue pan. So we want it around there. So I'm going to place, because I've got these two overlapping each other, I'm going to place those together first around the main spine so it holds them in. I may have to attach it in a couple of places because again these are quite heavy. I just prise it open like that. Oh, I've got it. I always seem to get my cable ties the wrong way around. Right, so I'm gonna, let me just make sure I can manipulate that one. Yeah, I'm going to cut that one a little bit more because it's in the way. And I'm going to then do another one. I'm moving the actual needles out of the way so they don't get trapped in the cable tie. I'm going to come up and I'm just going to do it again on the end of that stem. So I'm just going to take those pipe cleaners off. And then I'm going to go slightly, well, just under the first top, well, at the stem on the top needle, because I want to hold that in. I don't want that coming forward. Again, with it being heavy, so we'll hold that together. Sorry if you can't see, it's the pine needles. So so that can stay in place. And then I'm going to do exactly the same with the one on the bottom. Again, because it's lifting up, look. So I need to keep that in its position. Again, let's move all these pine needles out the way. Now that stem's a little long as well. So let's just chop some of that off. So I'm parting, what I'm doing, I part my, till I get, that goes that side. So I get a bare piece here, and I do the same on the other side. So then it's easier to wrap my cable tie around. Let's just get that pine needle out of the way and pull like so. If you find that it's too hot, you know, hard to pull because you have health issues with your hands, just grab some needle nose, flat needle nose pliers to help you pull the needles, the cable ties. So I'm just manipulating it so now I can get it in position. I may cut that a little bit shorter. I don't really need it because I've got one going down. Oh, I don't know where that's gone, guys. Oh, here. So now we've got those on, and that now is quite secure along the back. And as you can see, I've done it here, 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 and here. So now I'm not going to fluff it up just yet because I want my bow on and I also want my poinsettia. And I'm going to do the same thing with the poinsettia. I'm going to cut the stem, it's way too long. And then I'm going to place that in and attach that with cable ties. And I'm also going to bring this right up here and attach that as well. So we can, and then we can manipulate our stems. So I'm going to attach, I can just bend that over and that over. I don't know if you can see. I've got the cable tie here. I'm going to go under this pine stem. Or I could use these two spruce here and wrap these around the bow. In fact, I'll do that. I don't want it to be pulled in. So I just wrap that around. And then twist. Because the spruce is wired, you can manipulate the spruce if your bow looks slightly offset and you don't want it offset. I'll cut a bit of that off and then wrap that wire around that spruce. Oh, I've just caught myself on something. So that is the bow attached above. I will fluff it all out once I've fluffed everything else. So now I need to get on this. And I want this, let's see how far they go down. Let me cut it first, guys, because it's exceptionally long. And I'm going to bend it to start with. And do I bring it slightly up? And I'm just sliding it under. Yeah, I'm bringing it around there. So if you can see, I'll just hold it. I'm bringing it around here. So let me, I've got that. Like that. So I'm going to get another cable tie. Now I've bent it. I'll get two because I want it to be secure. Move the pine needles out the way again. So we don't catch those in. Go under. Pop my finger through where I want it to come up. Right, something's in the way. It's better. Then I just pull on my cable tie again. I'm going to put another one where that bend is. So I may have to put 3 on. Because I want it where the bend is to be extremely tight. Just want to make sure that nothing's getting in my way. Oh my goodness, I've let go. Right, let's. Oh, that goes there. Sorry about this, guys. I'm very funny what, you know, when it comes to things staying in place. Because I don't want no customers coming back on me. Saying that the flowers have fallen off. That'd be a disaster. Right. So I've got that in place. So let's put the cable tie on. That's better. Let me just cut those 2 off. So they don't get in the way. And where's the last bit of the stem? Alright, one more. And then I'm going to go right near the end of the stem. It's just things like this, guys, what can be quite, you know, what take the time, but it's better to do it, you know, properly. than, you know, make a mistake. And take your time with it. I always say don't rush with things like this. You know, trying to hide your mechanics. So I'm just getting all the pine needles out of the way so none are trapped. There we go. So all that is in. So now we can fluff. So I'm going to bring some from the bottom through the top. We want to hide the stems of, oh, I've just pulled one off. Well, I say one, I pulled another one off as we were going. And I can't see where it came from. I've glued that one on. And again, bring some from underneath. And just grab your pine needles like so and cover over the stem of the pine. Because there's a bulk here of pine needles now where I flatten them. So I'm going to need to fluff all of these up and separate them. Let's bring some of these flocked ones down to the bottom as well. Just mix them, you know, mix them up with each other. Even bring some in between the pine needles. Make it look all pretty. Let's get that up. Bring that pine needle to the side. Right, I did have a flocked one up here. So I don't know if it came from here. I can't see. So just keep doing that. Again, I'm mixing each other, mixing each one together. I'm going to wrap spruce around the stem of the poinsettia just to give it a bit of green around it so it doesn't look too brown. And I think as well that'll give it another bit of extra support. So let's mix all these. I want to show you this because some people are, you know, I have had people contact me and say they're not sure how to fluff. What's that? Oh, it's the hook. They're not sure how to fluff up a garland or a swag, should I say, or even a wreath. Quite easy once you start. You just start looking for it to be balanced. Bring that, because I'm one of these where if I see two of the same thing, I don't mind with the spruce, it's with the flocked. If I see too many together, then I like to separate them. By adding another spruce in between them. See, there's a lot up here. Just bring that spruce down there. And I'll go around where the bow is as well. There's quite a few under here. So bring that spruce up. Sorry if this is taking a while, guys. It's better to get it all fluffed up correctly. Bring that in the centre to hide a bit of that stem. I'm just going to go around and bring some of this down here. Want to check the opposite side, make sure that's okay. So it looks relatively okay. I thought, well, quite nice if I'm being quite honest. Bring that bit of spruce up there. Just spread that. So I've got some spruce popping out. So now I can bring my tail ends of my ribbon down and it doesn't matter exactly where you want to sit them. If you feel that a bit of the spruce is getting in the way, just move it or press it down so it sits flat for your ribbon to sit nice. And then just fluff up your bows again, your loops again. And you've got your ribbon up above. So again, that was quite a handful. Right, I'm going to move my store. I'm going to place it on the swag. On the easel, and then I'm going to alter. Where's that hook? Alter the. Right, I may have to cut that gold ribbon because it's not as strong as the others. So I'm going to cut that one shorter. I quite like the ones where the green and the red are hanging over the side. So now I may keep chopping if I'm not happy with the ribbon. We'll see. But let's just bring now the camera down. Oh, or should I say up? Right, I may have to zoom out, guys, because it is quite big. Can you see the cat? And my 2 cups of coffee. Oh, before we carry on, here is the garland with the pink and white poinsettias, and the ladies had pink, silver, white, and it just carries on going all the way down to where the wall is. So that's what the ladies had, and then the tree topper. Right, so let's get this now in view. I don't know if you can see all of that because I've got the thingy in the way. I'm going to leave it like that, guys. I'll try. Hopefully, you can see what majority of what I'm doing. So I'll move them poinsettias out of the way because they're catching on the cable. I may as well place my jacket on because it is a bit cold in here. Got rain, downpours of rain outside. My cat's looking, he thinks I'm going now. Oh, let's get the coffee. That one will be cold. So hopefully this one's a bit warmer. So I may place some of the Christmas baubles down here in that gap there. Right. Let's get those cable ties out of the way. So the gold fern. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can't believe there's 8. That's weird. Now do I want to place one at the top for definite. So let's just cut that. I don't want it as high, so I'm going to just take a few of these leaves off. You can use your cutters or snippers, or you could just pull them off. And again, for all you new beginners, I'm going to repeat this, guys, because I do get beginners who do start to watch my channel daily. So when I'm doing a swag, I class it as a body part, just like ourselves. This is your neck, so here is your neck where you tend to have your point there. Then we have our shoulders, which is our wider point. These are your shoulders. Then we have our rib cage, so this is our rib cage. And then you have our waistline at the bottom. So it's going wider and it's coming in, and in. I mean, we'd all like to think we've got a body like that, but hypothetically, if you think it is like Marilyn Monroe, she had a wonderful figure. And just look at it like that. So neck, wider point here on the shoulders, and the rib cage you start to come in a bit. And then on the waist, you even come in more. So you're going like that. So if you remember that, that should help you with your placement, in placing your arrangement. Basically your structure and your boundary. So I'm now going to just place that in there. And I'm gluing it to the spine of the arrangement. I'm going a little bit further down. Because again, the lady is having quite a big arrangement. So I'm just wondering. 1, 2, 3. I don't think I want one at the bottom. Well, we'll see. We'll see as we go along. I'm going to just snip these. And as you are placing in your leaves, as you go further down to the bottom, guys, you need to start and place in your leaves so they're not sticking out the same as what the others are right at the top. And we will go to that and we will show you. And I'm just taking off at the top. I took off 4 little leaves, and on this one I'm taking 3 off. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So it's given us a bit more of a stem. I don't think I'm going to need that much of a stem. So now we're going to go to the shoulders, which is around here, and we're going to allow those to stick out. It doesn't matter if the ribbon is in the way. I mean, I may just slightly cut a bit of that off because it is hanging over at the back. So place a bit of glue on it, whether it be from your glue gun or a glue pan, and then just glue it to the spine again like the others. And if you feel that if you're using heavy foliage and you think the glue's not holding it in place, wrap a piece of your spruce around it and that will hold it in place. Because it's wired and it does a fabulous job. So we've got those there. Neck, shoulders, the widest point. And as you can see, this mountain pine is quite far out. So I need to bring these quite far out. I mean, the lady does want it big. So, again, she must have a big, big door. You can slightly bend the tip of it just to show that it's starting to come down, but don't bend it so it's too noticeable. Just give it that little bit of a bend so it comes slightly, you know, a little bit down. I'm just going to bend these so they come forward a little bit because I feel they were a bit too far back. Yeah. So now we do our other ones where I cut 4 off. I may cut another one off actually. And then shorten the stem, and this is where, as you get to your rib cage, you don't stick it out to the same length as that. You now start placing it slightly at an angle, like a 45-degree angle towards the spine, because then that will, your fern will sit hanging down, and that is what you want because we are creating that teardrop. So if I just lift that up out the way, I'm going near the back and I'm going at an angle, as you can see. I'm going towards the spine. And again, if you feel that some of your spruces are in the way, just slightly move them. Now that looks like it's in line with that. So all I do, bend that little bit so it brings it slightly in but down. And we'll do the same on the opposite side. I'm just going to place a few of the spruces around the back to stop it from moving. While I'm working on it. So let's just have a look. And then I think I'm going to place one more at the bottom like I have done at the top, which is at our lowest point of our waist. So I'm going to take off about 3 on here because I need that point, because this point will define our teardrop. And bring that back down. So I'm going to go underneath this mountain pine at the bottom. I've left a slightly longer stem because I want it to push it up a bit further to make sure it attaches quite well. And I'm putting quite a bit of glue on it because with it being upside down, some things that are quite heavy just don't connect, so to speak, and find it hard to sit in place. So if I show you, there is your point here. So from the top where your neck is, shoulders, your ribs, and then your waist at the bottom. So you've got that point. I may roll these slightly. Just keep them out of my way a little bit. I think the one in the middle, you can't see that, it's hiding behind the poinsettia. So I'm going to cut that one. Oh, if you can hear a noise, guys, it's my other cat on the roof. She just likes to scratch the roof. No wonder. I said to my husband, I'm surprised we haven't got leaks with all the cats scratching. So I'm just going to trim this one as well. A little bit more. And leave the green and the red one longer. So again, I'd rather have waste a little bit than not have enough ribbon. You don't have to, you can leave it strong. So that's what we have. Let me have a cup of coffee, otherwise this one will go cold. I did get something else delivered as well. I can't remember what. Oh, some blue ribbon. Do you ever get that feeling, guys, where you look and you've got you know, your kids or your husband will say you've got lots of ribbon, but to you haven't got enough. You could sit there and think, well, I need some more of this, I need some more of that. And I do that. And my husband will say, but you've got plenty of reds. I'll say, yes, plain reds. I've not got hardly any with pattern on. I need to get more with pattern on. You know, things like that. Right. I don't want no more of that. It's going a bit cold. So, we don't want those. We're finished with those. Now, I'm going to use these for the inside, the smaller tree pine. I've got the rubbery textured one. These keep cutting my fingers because they're sharp on the end. And again, where you've got these lovely long mountain pine, I want to add in a different texture. And I've also got the conifer. Let me just snip these up. We're going to use more than 5, I know this. So I'll cut up, so then we've got 10 stems. And you could have these sat in with it as well. So in fact, let's get those. I'm going to put 2. Oh, I forgot to do this one, guys. I'm going to have to cut in the middle of this name. That's better. That one seems to be all right there. I'm going to put 2 of these either side of the gold fern. And that's basically filling up this gap here. And this is where it's bringing out, this is where your collarbone is. And again, your shoulders. So this is starting to bring out that curve at the top. So we need to add in something up there. Oh, let me get this plastic off. So let's, again, I'm heading towards the spine. So we've got that there. Again, I'm not going further out than that because here isn't as far out as that. Because if I placed one of these out here, then it's just got bigger, and you need to keep it in, you know, a certain size. Oh, and then we'll place this one here as well. Again, keeping it within, like so. And then now, where the gold leaves are here, I'm going to put one either side of the pine. So it's like that. But I'm going here, I'm going to stick around a similar length to what the gold leaf is, but slightly, just coming slightly in, about 1/2 inch to 1 inch. Again, because we're going inwards. So I'm doing that. So as I go down, I cut my stems slightly shorter. Not much, I don't mean, you know, like 1 inch or 2. So here where this pine is, I'm going towards here again. I haven't gone too far past that gold fern because I'm starting to bring in my foliage to create that shape that we're doing for a swag. Again, I've come in there. And then underneath the pine again. Under this side, and just above the gold, I'm bringing it in the conifer again, but coming in smaller than that, so it doesn't, you know, stick out too much, because again we're creating that drop. So I'm just placing it in at a slight angle, like a 45-degree angle. I'm cutting a tiny little bit more off from the stem. And now I'm going just above this pine, near the centre, but bringing it in even more. Just turn it around. It's not in enough, so let me pull it out, wipe the glue off, place a bit more glue on, and then reposition it. I've done it again. I've placed it in the same place. Oh my goodness gracious me. Where's the other one? So it's here. That's better. And then one either side of the gold fern at the bottom. So then we've used 2 bunches of this. Again, I'm putting a little bit more glue on because it's been placed upside down. And on the opposite side. Like so. So now we've got all our conifer in. I don't need any more. Let's just have a look. Isn't that pretty? Let me just cut that one little piece that seems to be far out. There. So now I'm going to place in some of our we will start adding in some of the red. I just want to get in the green, the foliage, and the green in colour. So I'm going to now wear just under the conifer, I think. Yeah, just under the conifer, I'm going to place in our tree pine. In between the conifer and the fern. Again, between the conifer and the fern, because what I'm doing is I'm just bringing in foliage, you know, for filling in gaps. I may place a red behind there. Let me just hold that there. Yeah, I'm going to place a red behind that. So just here. I'm not placing as many in as the conifer. Slightly intermingle, but not as much. I think it was around here. Come on, very thin stems. Come on, stems like that. Very thin. You get them in a pack, but they are fabulous. I've got them actually on stems where you get about, well, so many stems on a bunch. What's that one? Again, I'm going upwards, so it's at an angle, so it droops down. Let me just turn it so I can just under the fern. And then I think just to there. Just before the conifer, because it's looking a little, you know, bare in that area as well. Again, I'm placing a bit more glue on with it hanging upside down. I mean, if you've noticed that the pine needles are not all in the exact same place. You've got one here, then you've got this one slightly higher than that, not much. And again, this one slightly higher than that, but not much. I don't need no more of those. We'll get some red in. So let's get in a few bits of glittered. What have I got here? I mean, that would look really pretty behind there. So how many do I really want to put in? She doesn't want it overloading with glitter. One, could bring that down here. Let me just turn it around, guys. Why do I feel I need one here? I'm just placing them in just before I actually glue them in. Just see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Do I bring that one down a little bit? Bring that after the fern. Yeah. Again, the lady doesn't want it to be too overwhelming. Place that. I might at the top place that. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm not going to put any more in. Just get rid of it with this. So I'm going to place them in like that. Where I've got the neck, and I've got just below the shoulders, because the gold is our shoulders. Then I've got at the bottom of our, that's come out, bottom of our rib cage, and then one right at the bottom of our waist. So that is where I'm going to place them. Again, I'm going by the customer's advice, well, the customer, what the customer wants, and she stated that she doesn't want too much. So this is, you know, I've listened to the customer. So 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces, and I don't think the customer will mind with that. I'm going to slightly manipulate the stem. I'm going to rub down to open up the leaves, and I just rub down. I'm doing it above the bin, guys, because of the glitter, just to give that more of a natural look. And I'm going to go in front of the gold there. So I've done that. So again, I go with the stem, I go for the beginner's left. At the bottom, I move the stem to the left, to the right, and at the top, I move it to the left. And then I just go like that with any of these type of leaves, just to open up, so they're not flat, and that some stick out. As you know, some go forward, some go backwards, and I just do that to give them more of a natural look. So where did we place that one? Under, just under the gold leaf. And I'm not sticking it out too far. I don't want the lady, you know, again, she doesn't want too much. Oops-a-daisy. Oops-a-daisy. Just manipulate it. I'm not cutting the stems on these as they're near the top. Just take that in a little bit. So I've got that one like that. And then under the gold leaf on the bottom, the bottom of the rib cage. Again, place a bit more glue on because they're starting to hang upside down. I'll do the same with this one. One more in. I've got glue on my jacket. Let's get it before it dries. Grab that glue string. Right, I've got a bit of glue on one of the pine needles, so I'm snip that off. There's one there as well. So now turn it the correct way. And then one right at the bottom. I'm just going to lift up the pine needles and just go right under there. And I'm not really manipulating that one. So that is those. Now we've got, I've tried to cut a few of these down to start with. Let me just, right. I always seem to break the rubber band. I cut 4 down because I was thinking with 4 of the laurel, bring them in front but around at the bow. I may need 5 and bring 1 under here. Yeah, I think I do. And just bring these here. I will show you. I mean, obviously I've got to place them in properly. I'll just place that there for now. Oh, it's a bit lower. Put that there. And then slightly one bit like that. That was my idea. I didn't want to add in any more of the laurel. I asked the lady actually if she was minimalistic or did she like it busy. and I got in between. So I don't want to do it too busy, but I don't want to do it too minimalistic. And then we're going to add in our hydrangeas and a bit of our green as well. So we're getting there, guys. So that's what I'm going to do with the gold laurel around the edge. Got to remember where I don't want it sticking out too much. I just want the, you know, the tops of them just popping out, because I don't want it to look like there's too much of one colour and not enough of the other. So this is all going around our bow. I'm going to just fasten a little bit of the spruce around this one, because they're quite thin and there's not that much for it to grab onto at the back. So let's just see. And I might do this one as well, because it's in a similar place. So I'm just going to have to turn it this way a moment, guys. Yeah, I'm going to have to do exactly the same. Okay, let's just make sure it's not sticking out too much for the lady. I will play around with the poinsettia once we've got the pine needle stuck inside the loop of the bow. So that. Where is this one? Up here. Like that. And then this one at the bottom, just under the poinsettia. And I'm going to go up at an angle. Right, let's start adding a bit of the tree, oh excuse me, tree pine. And these are just smaller bits, apart from that one. I didn't cut that one. I have now. And I just want to add in these and in around. There's no specific placement I'm doing of these, because these are just going to be used as my filler. So I wanted them slightly longer, just so they're noticed. And there's two different tones. There's a limey green and a dark green. just place one behind here. Just add a bit of extra there. Place one under there at the bottom. One that size. Got to be very careful with these long pines that you don't get glue on them. I'll try I've got two longer ones. Right, I'm going to place one at the top, just in front of the pine. So we need something in front of the pine. And then I'm going to bring one down to the bottom. Let me go under with that one. I've got one little piece left. I may go there in the middle. I'm just doing it facing me a moment, guys. So I can just bring that there. So that's that with those. Just get I think that looks absolutely wonderful. So I want to get in our hydrangeas. I'm going to start maybe with 5, and I think I want to get now again with these are going to go along the outer side. I do remove all the glue, the spider's webs, as I call them. I think I'd like one in there. I use a hairdryer on them. And because I've used one there, something needs going under here. So we'll figure that one out. And why am I thinking something here? Again, I'm just popping them there. One there. One there. So I've got 2 left. So I may bring one up there. If I can get it to go in, I'll just stand back. Yeah. I'm going to place them like that with something's needed here, and I think it's obviously a red. So when I place these in, I may bring that, or I may actually bring the baubles, the Christmas ornaments in this area. So I think I'll probably do those. Let me just see with these white berries and the rose hips. Oh, I just don't know. Just to give it like little snowballs. I have got longer ones, clusters as well in here. They could go to the top. Where's the clusters? That's going to come off. Cluster. 2. How do I use those ones? No, it's not the red. The red is, because there's a lot of red, it's clashing with everything. So let's just take these out and get our hydrangeas in. So I'm going to place and just lean the floral head forward slightly. I want these to have like a cluster along the top. I'm just going to turn this because I can't see this side very well. A little piece of ribbon is really irritating me. It's just not sitting upright. It's not as strong as the others. I'm going to cut it really short. And we're going to have the hydrangea there instead. In its place. Just put that glue string. The more glue strings you can get off as you're working along, the better it is for when it comes to, you know, selling them to your customer. Instead of spending a while doing it all at the end, it's best to try and get them at the beginning or as you're working along. Do I like that? If I don't like it, then I don't expect the customer to like it. I think that's too much of a together. I'm going to move these, take the glue off. I'm going to cut the stem a little. bring those there. That's better. Oh, I pulled the laurel out. That's okay, we can always place it back. I'm just taking, oh my goodness, the dried glue. I can get it off. It does dry quite quickly. Place that back on the pick. I'm going to place that. I will turn it around, guys. Before we put the laurel in, let's get this back in. Place this in where I'd like it to be. Put the laurel here. Once I place this laurel in, I'll show you what I've done with the hydrangeas. Placed, oh my good gracious me, I've placed in 3 of the hydrangeas at the top. Now I've done them in the triangular position, and then these are going to come out around the side. You'll have the triangular position here as well at the bottom, but then here you'll have the triangular position here, here, and then there. So you've got 2 triangles within 1 triangle, if that makes sense, at the bottom. So I just want to basically turn it so I can get these in, and then we can start adding a bit of the red leaf. And I want to get those baubles in. Now where was that? Behind the laurel. Oh no. I'm just wrapping a spruce around that one because it just seems to keep right, and then I'm going to just quickly get these in, guys. That one there. So I've done that. So they're in. I want to get in the red, because we're lacking a bit of red within this, around the centre. I know that sounds weird. In fact, I want to get those in. I don't want to forget. And I may do those as a cluster in between here. So what I'm going to do is get a pipe cleaner. I'm going to snip the tags off. And also, these come off really easy, guys. So I dip them in the bottom. So the top of it's got glue on. Place it on. Because I don't want this coming off. Let's grab any excess glue that's seeped out for the customer when it's outside, if that's where they're placing it. I don't, want them to come away. So I'm gluing them on. So then I'm peace of mind for myself and also the customer. And then I know that I've done the job properly. Or if you haven't got a glue pen, just get your glue gun and place a bit of glue around the top of it. Because then I want to get a pipe cleaner, thread these all through. If I can get it through. There we go. So one red, one gold and one red. So I've got a little cluster of them. That holds there. Once I've got those like that, I'm going to get my two ends and make sure they meet up correctly. The one's not longer than the other. And then I'm going to twist the pipe cleaner. These are very good for even going outside, the pipe cleaners. So that now is my cluster, and I'm going to place that there to cover up that, because this just looks too bare for me. So I've got some spruce behind here, and I'm going to attach the pipe cleaner. Do I want it that high? Or do I take that bay leaf out and place these in instead? Let's take the bay leaf out. I could place the bay leaf back in once I've finished. So I'm wrapping it around a spruce, twisting it, and then I'm going to bend the spruce over it as well to give it a bit more support. So it will be fine if it's out in the weathers. Wrap that little bit round, bend that spruce so they will hold that together. Like so. And then I will get this bay leaf, laurel. Do I place that? I may cut that into two actually. There's one there. And the further you go along with your swags, you don't have to always attach them to the spine then. You can attach them to other stems that you've placed in. then I'm going to place one here as well. That's better. Don't you agree, guys? Right, I'm not sure. I don't want no more baubles in. I just got enough out in case. Right, the lady likes these. I don't know, I think they'd be better. Oh no, I think they'd be better off without. So I'm going to inform the customer that they just didn't look right. There was much better without them in. I may want a bit of red behind the gold here. I can just place it in to show you. Behind the gold hydrangea. Again, I don't want to overdo it, even though there is a lot of red. So I may just place in behind the gold hydrangea here. Just a bit of red. Yeah. And then we'll bring in those. I don't want no more of those. Again, we don't need too many of everything. And then it'll just be the berries. So let's just get these two little pieces of bay leaf in, just to break up the gold, break up the colour around here, even though it's just the tip you're seeing. We're right behind the hydrangea. So, and then I'm going to place in our lotus heads. Before I look at the berries. So I know one definitely there. Oh, I thought that was a glue string, it's a pine needle. So I know one definitely on that side. Definitely here, there's a big gap here. I may need to get the bigger lotus heads out, because with it being big, should be some bigger ones in here. Whoops-a-daisy. And by using the bigger ones, it's taking up, you know, the space, so you haven't got to keep placing things in. We've got that one there, but it looks like it's lost and it's sunk. Now this is much bigger. And that's covering that then. So I don't need that one. Let's get the bigger ones out. I don't know how many I'm going to need. I'll just grab a few. Right. And all I'm doing is just placing glue on the end of my pick and placing it inside and wiping any excess glue off. I don't want the customer picking up and, you know, saying that they can see lots of glue. And I'm not going to do them opposite. I'm going to do it as a zigzag. I just wanted you to see the side view of how it would look. Let me just get some pics on these from an angle at this side. Just get the glue off. You could even, I've done it where I've left the lotus heads upside down and I've just placed it in the pick. Is that lazy? But if you've got trouble, I always say, if you've got trouble with your hands and that, just keep gripping things. Why not? If it's easier on yourself, great. So that's those done. Again, I don't know how many I'm going to need. Let me just now get all that glue off my hands. Right, again, I'm going to do like a zigzag because I can, if you can see, just by adding a little woody, you know, like brown with the lotus leaves or even pine cones, you know, just adds that little extra Christmassy, you know, theme. God, I can't get the glue off. Oh my goodness. Oh, a bit of warm water will bring it off. So we've gone here, here, here. So we're going to go here. I'm going close by each other. So this one will come in around here. And I want this one here around the bow. And this one maybe around there. I didn't put one on that one. So it's going to be nice and woody, and I'm going to place one there. I'm going to have two at the top. Where did this one come from? See, I could have smaller ones down there. Right, that one came from there. And then because I've got two up at the top, one, and I put smaller ones at the bottom. Yeah, I'm going to do that. So we don't need those. So what I've done is I've gone all around. I've used quite a lot. I've used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think guys, I can't see over the other side. You know when you get the glue on you and it just doesn't feel like you can feel anything, you know, anything you touch because it's got a foreign object on your skin. It's like that. So let's crack on. So I'm going to place these at the side of the red here. Like that. Oh, it's so irritating. Mm. So let's, I got that in the right place. Yeah. Just put, so do the same with that one. I'm going to do down the left, my left side on here where my awkward side is. Then I'll turn it around. One there. And again, by using a, you know, an element that's quite, oops, quite wide or broad, it helps to cover up areas to save you having to put lots and lots of filler foliage in. Where did this one go? No, here. I think that's not grabbing onto anything, so I'm going to use a spruce and wrap around it. Push that in a little bit more. Then one there. Like that. And one at the bottom. That's so. Right. So I've got this one at the bottom. But you may not be able to see, you know, all of them. I know, but you're always in my way. All of them around the side. But again, I'm filling in with them. And when it's on, you know, you're looking at it from the side, if you walk up to the door, you will spot them. Oops, a daisy. I've just that's a daisy. There we go. I'm going to sort these tail ends out because they're just little. I don't think it's too long. I think it's, you need to, I'm going to bend it over. I think it's the pine, mountain pine, that's catching on it. Right, concerning the berries, I know the lady said she'd like some. So I'm just going to dot a few around. Again, I like to give my customer what they request. I'll place one in there somewhere, but I'm not going to place in lots. So then I'm going to go down here, and again I'm going to do the zigzag, try and start from the bottom preferably, and then go across, up, across, across, and keep going in that zigzag. Let me grab them. That zigzag pattern. I think across here. I want to see them, so I'm gonna bring some coming around where the bows are. I may need a longer pick on that. And then that'll be it, guys. I'm not going to, again, overload it. It's the customer's request this time. It's not my... Well, she said like that. Well, to me, like that, well, it can mean anything, can't it? So then one's going to have to go around here. I could place another one up here for the final piece, because I've got one right at the bottom. Let's put a new pick on this one. And then one. So I said I weren't going to put many in, but I think that looks nice. And you're going to agree with me when I turn it around. Sorry I didn't show you how I'm going to place them, but when you see them placed in, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm taking my skin off. This glue is solid, and it's not Gorilla Glue. It's glue that's used for crafting, but glass as well, and metal. So if it can stick metal together. But anyway, there you go. If you spot the berries, then you'll agree with me, guys, that I've done the right thing. I've placed enough in, and they look fabulous. I'm not going to put the ones with the cluster in. I don't need to. That'll just be too much, and it's going to take away the look from it. I don't want to add in any more greenery or any more red, so it's going to be as it is. I think that's more than enough for the customer. I don't think she'd appreciate me doing any more to it. She may think I'm spoiling it, but then again, my dear friend Sandra, she did say I make her laugh when I say I'm not going to do it big. Sandra, I wasn't intending on, but she did pick the size of the swag, which is obviously 32 inch. So it's going to be big, isn't it? So let's get these in. And then that'll be that. And the customers is ready. Again, let me bring that there. Again, let me do this side, guys, because it's trying to find the position that side. I can't see it. So once I do that, I can then turn it around for you to see me do the opposite. If I can get that one in. So I'm going to I'll let you know, guys, what the customer says, because I do send them pictures of the finishing product, just so they can let me know what they actually think. If they feel they don't like it, then I can do alterations before it gets delivered, because I am going to deliver this myself. So, because the lady is local. Right, so now I've placed those in, I'm going to work my way up from here, from where the lotus head is. And there's one there. And then, did I place that one in, guys? Oh, I did, and I've pulled it out. I am terrible for that. Right, I put the glue off, but let me just cut that a little bit shorter. And put a bit more glue on it. I can't remember where. Yeah. Now, what do I want in there? I was thinking of placing something in the centre. So I may. Do I need just a little bit of greenery coming out? In fact, I've got a spare one of these. Let's get that in. That was floating around when I did a project. Place that in. Instead of that, I'm sure I've got some oddments. So if you've got any oddments, guys, look a bit Christmassy what you're doing. Oh, there's a bit of holly here. See, little bits like this, what you have left, you know, that you're not using and you've just placed aside. So I've got 2 pieces of holly out of that. And I'm just sticking them in and on the ribbon. Do I bring one in there? No, I don't want to spoil the poinsettia. Let's place it down here. Use this last little piece. I mean, the lady didn't ask for this, but let's place it where the baubles are. Right, let me just come and have a look, guys. Let's move that tub. Oh, isn't that lovely? I hope you can see. That is really, really nice. I really like that, guys. Isn't it lovely when people come up with their own design? And I will, again, I always do, inform the customer that I haven't put in the poppy heads. It just didn't go with it. I mean, I could have placed in lamb's ear. Oh, good gracious me. Sorry guys, I've just moved some stuff. Again, I could have placed in lamb's ear. Or sage leaves. I'm just placing these back, guys, because I'm treading on them. Anything like that, really. Don't want to get these dirty, otherwise I'm going to have to clean them. So I don't want to be treading on them. There. Oh, that's better. So I hope you enjoyed that, everybody. I quite like doing things like that and showing you what my customers have ordered. You know, it's a lovely thing. And I hope it's giving you an idea. You know what did give me an idea last night, guys? And I laid in bed. You know how you think of anything when you can't get to sleep and you just lay there and you start thinking of things. I did lay there and think, I might get a swag, turn it upside down so the V is at the top, and attach baubles like a Christmas tree and put some ribbon going around it and some nice things like pine needles. That came to mind last night, so I might do that for you guys. So, what time is it? Oh, the cat's wanting his dinner. So yes, I don't know how long the video's gone on. I'm assuming it's gone on for about 2-3 hours. But again, it's a customer order and I do like to take my time and make sure it's done correctly. And again, I always say, plan out how long it's going to take you. Let me just move that here, guys. How long it's going to take you to do. You know your speed. I can do quicker than that. But when it's something, a customer requests, and also, not just a customer, every customer, I like to do it in an incredible slower speed, but for you guys I do, because there is people out there who are just starting out, who aren't sure what to do, and I want them to see everything that I do. So I'm sorry if you people out there don't like the videos because they're too long. My apologies, but I do it for a reason, and it's a good reason in my eyes. I'm there to help everybody, because I love to teach. So that is what we've created for our customer. Go down. So I hope you enjoyed doing that. I sure did, guys. Give it a go, even if you've not got these long pine needles. Don't worry, guys. Don't worry yourself over it. You could use grasses, if you or onion grass. Use that in, instead of this. And you won't have to attach it to the spine. You can just stick them in. But you've got onion grass, and if they're pointed on the ends, these aren't pointed. You could just bunch them together like that and just snip little different sizes, but all straight ended, and then just place in. I've got onion grass. Let's have a look. I've got some grasses. Oops, I've pulled out more than I need. Grasses like this. See, they could be of just as good use. Grab them at the top as a bunch and snip. Cut across first so they're all straight and similar length. And then just snip. So some are slightly smaller by a few millimeters, and then use the grass instead. So that would be, or if you've got things like this, you could use this, you know, instead. I've got other grasses as well, but that's an idea. If you've not got conifer, then use cypress leaves or cedar or anything like that. If you've not got the rubbery type tree pine, should I say, don't worry about it. You can just buy different pine needles instead, guys, and basically create something with what you've got. And if you haven't got lotus heads, use pine cones. If you haven't got those, just use baubles instead to cover up spaces. And just try to use whatever you have at hand. You know, you bear in mind, I have been doing this over 25 years, starting from fresh flowers. So it's, you know, I'm a bit more in front, so to speak, than some people. Not all. Some people have been doing it longer than myself, you know. But things like this for beginners and that, you again use grasses, use things like that, you know. And for your berries, you can get them anywhere. They're quite cheap to buy, guys. You don't have to have white. You can go for red. Whatever colour scheme you're doing, you can even buy, if you're doing purple, get purple berries, you know, things like that, pink berries, anything, guys. But I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope that you had fun, you know, watching me do it. Sorry if the video is long. So please subscribe, share and like, you know, to the world, to the nation, to whomever, and have a fabulous time. I will do a close-up, as I always do. So take care, guys, and have a wonderful day, and I'll see you tomorrow. And stay safe and stay warm and keep creating. Bye for now. Bye-bye. Oh, it's nearly 3 hours, guys. It's longer than a movie. Oh, let me just, I keep getting all the cables attached. Sorry, guys. Oh, goodness gracious me. Right, there's the beautiful poinsettia in velvet. Right, little diamante strips on the petals. And there's our ribbon in the red glitter with the word joy, and then the gold one. There's our lovely hydrangeas, our lotus leaves and our bay leaves, our red cypress leaves and our gold fern, and our little tree pine here, and also our rubbery textured tree pine, and then the berries here as well, and our conifer, and this lovely pine needle, mountain pine with the bay leaves again and glitter. Whatever did I place in, guys? Oh, and the laurel, the gold laurel there. I can't think what else I painted. I thought I'd put more in than that. But I hope you enjoyed it, guys. I hope you give it a go. Again, just utilise what you've got and enjoy. Take your time, have fun and be creative. And I love you all. Thank you so much for all your wonderful messages. I do always reply, and I'll see you tomorrow, guys. Have a great day. Bye for now. Bye.